Hi, I'm Mr. Orr, and today we are looking at graphing systems of inequalities, section 6.6 in your algebra text. You may recall from a previous section, when you graph an inequality on a coordinate grid, you have to shade and you have to determine if the line is solid or dotted. You can go back and review that video if you want to, but you'll also get a quick review of that here. In this case, I have two linear inequalities, and I want to graph them together and see what the overlap is. So here's what I do. I take each one and I put it into slope-intercept form. So I subtract 3x, I get negative y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 1. Then I divide or multiply through by negative 1. I get y is less than or equal to 3x plus 1. All right, there's one of the two. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Subtract the 2x from both sides. I get y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 5. And that's all we have to do in this one. All right, so here are our two inequalities. I want to graph them and see what happens. Now notice, by the way, that they both have the equal sign here. So in both cases, I'm going to have a solid line. So y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 1. Here is the plus 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Solid line, and I'll go ahead and draw that in. All right. Now, the other one, I'm going to draw as a blue line just to try to distinguish it. And that one is y is greater than or equal. Oh, I didn't shade yet. Let's shade first. Okay. Less than or equal to 3x plus 1. So I'm going to put in 0, 0, which is very, very close to the line, but it is to the right of it. So 0 is less than or equal to 1. That is in fact true. So I'm going to shade this side that 0, 0 is on, even though you can just barely tell that it's on the right-hand side of the line. All right, now I will do the second one in blue. Y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 5. So I go up 5, I go down 2, and over 1 in negative direction, and I end up with a line through here. Now, and I'm doing this in blue because I want to try to keep these two lines straight. And here's what happens now when I go to shade the second one. 0 is greater than or equal to 5. That is not true. So the side that 0, 0 is on does not get shaded. This side over here is going to get shaded because this failed. Now, when I do that, you will notice that I get some overlap. And the overlap is in this area here, where they are both shaded. It's out in here. So the black line shading is, if you look at it, it's all in through here. And I'm going to stop at the blue line rather than continuing down here because I'm interested in the overlap. So this is all black line out here, and then the blue line is all of, I don't need that anymore, but I do care about all of this. Okay, now here's what you have. From this black line to the intersection, and then down the blue line, this is where they both shade together. So that's the area of double shading, or the area of intersection of these two inequalities. Now, sometimes you'll have 3 or 4 inequalities that you are graphing at the same time and trying to see where the shading is. It's a very good idea to use different colored pencils or pens in order to do your shading, because then you'll be able to tell better where the overlap is. Sometimes when there are 3 or 4, it can get rather confusing. So let's try one other set here just to make sure you've got this. Let's take, let's see, y, no, let me find one here. I don't like those. Well, you know what, maybe I will do these because they're parallel lines, and that will show you something a little different. So let's do y is less than or equal to 2x plus 7. Already in the right form for us. And this one, the second one, is y is less than 2x minus 3. right, so let's take the first one here. 2x plus 7. So I go up 7, and then I go up 2 over 1. And this is a solid line because I have this line underneath the inequality sign, or symbol. So this one is here, and I'm going to shade that by trying 0 is less than or equal to 7, which is true. So I shade the side 0, 0's on. So this one comes out looking like that. All right. Now the second one, which we're going to do in blue, is 2x minus 3. So here's the minus 3 down here. And I'm going to go up 2 over 1. And this one shades like this. Now notice, as I said, they're parallel lines. How did I know that? Because they have the same slope. Okay, but they have different y-intercepts. Now this one says, well, let's figure out which side to shade. 0 is less than negative 3. Is 0 less than negative 3? No. It's greater than negative 3. So we're going to shade the side that 0, 0 is not on, which means this over here. Now, that's a little bit different. This, by the way, was not a solid line. So let me go back and repair that by taking away some of that line and making it dotted. Now, the overlap, which is hard to see yet, but remember this black line continues on out this way, so the overlap is going to be out in this area where the black shading continues and the blue shading has begun. It does not include the blue line. That is not a line of overlap because it's not part of the blue shading, so this would be your shaded area. Sometimes you will have the situation where the overlap is in between the two lines, the two parallel lines. We didn't have that in this case. All right, I think I'll stop there. I think that gives you at least a sense of how you graph these inequalities together, and so I will see you again. Thank you.